Slowly, to answer your first question, the difference between physical activity and physical fitness is that a physical activity is a bodily movement performed by skeletal muscles that results in caloric expenditure, example, running. Physical fitness is your ability to carry out tasks without undue fatigue. The components of physical fitness are muscle strength, cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition. Example, running up a mountain with minimum recovery time. First exercise that I will be doing is cycling. I'm going to be doing this on a bike, but the same principles apply to running. Cycling is an example of continuous circuit when it is performed at the same level of intensity. It can also be fartlek training when performed in sprints or different levels of intensity. Cycling is a sport of specificity as it uses all the muscles and cardiovascular demands needed for cyclists. In order to add overload, one would increase the resistance. Progression is achieved through an increase over time of frequency, intensity, time, and type of training. Recovery requires cycling to be a part of a program every second day to allow recovery. That's the end of it. Individuality is addressed through ensuring cycling or running is an activity that suits the individual. For example, due to my oscillators in my knees, I do not run. As a regular routine ensures reversibility is not a factor in this exercise. Fit principles in a continuous circuit could be resistance of 5 for 45 minutes. Fit principles in a fartlek could be workout resistance of 5 for 10 minutes, resistance of 20 for 5 minutes, repeat for 45 minutes. The next exercise is sit-ups. To show a resistance exercise using your own body weight, sit-ups relate to specificity in that all sports require a strong core. Overload can be created by adding weights to your sit-ups. Progression can be created by increasing the number of sit-ups or weight as your fitness increases. Recovery sessions allow the muscle fibers in your core to recover and grow, so 2 rest days in a program are recommended. Individuality can be addressed. For example, if a full sit-up causes back pain, it can be substituted with crunches. As with cycling, a regular routine will stop any reversibility with a core routine. Fit principle would be 100 sit-ups performed 5 days in 7. Next exercise is plyometric lunges. Plyometric lunges address plyometrics since they cause our muscles to exert maximum force in short intervals of time. The goal is to increase power. This power is specific to a number of explosive sports, for example, skiing, sprints, basketball. Overload could be added by jumping onto bigger boxes. This progression would ensure muscle growth over time. Your plyometric program also requires rest days to ensure joint and muscle recovery. I have tailored plyometrics to my individuality due to my oscillators in my knees. So this is not an exercise I do often. However, to avoid reversibility, I do regularly do some on cushioned ground. Fit 5 days in 7 25 lunges. Kettlebell swings. While I have kettlebells, you can also use bottles filled with milk, sand, or your dog. Kettlebell swings strengthen your hips, glutes, hamstrings, lats, abs, shoulders, pecs, and grip. Due to the large number of muscles involved, this exercise is beneficial and specific to all sports that require strength. Overload is achieved by upping the weight of the kettlebell. This is done through progression in your program, increasing time, weight, and number of swings. This program should also incorporate rest days for recovery. Should a person feel pain, this exercise may need to be removed from the program or the weight lightened. A regular time routine of kettlebells also eliminates reversibility. This exercise should be performed using FIT, for example, 12 repetitions in 3 sets, 10 kg in weight. Tricep curls are an exercise that can be done with barbells or with anything heavy that can be held in one hand. This exercise is more specific to sports that use upper body strength. Overload is achieved when weights are increased. This progression is best created with a program that allows for gradual increase and recovery days. Individual needs can be taken into account. For example, if someone is recovering from an injury, each weight can be different to allow for healing. By continuing to perform the exercises, reversibility is avoided. FIT principles can be applied by performing, for example, 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each arm of 10 kilograms. This exercise is called BOSU squats. If a BOSU ball is not available, any uneven surface could be used, such as a plank of wood on a rock. BOSU squats work your core, quads, glutes, hamstrings, and all your stabilizing muscles. This exercise is specific to all sports that require balance and strength. In order to create overload, weight can be held to increase difficulty as progression increases. The program that creates progression and increases weight, frequency, and repetitions also must incorporate recovery days to allow for the muscle healing and growth. This exercise can be individualized by not only the base squat, also one-legged and weighted. Reversibility can also be avoided by performing the exercise regularly as part of a program. A FIT example would be 15 squats by 3 sets. Stretching is the most important part of any exercising program to improve flexibility and avoid injury and soreness. By increasing the number of stretches and length of time you hold each stretch, you can continue to progress and increase the effectiveness of recovery days. Stretching is individual and each person needs to listen to their own body as to where they need to stretch the most. Keeping up a regular routine of stretching is important. A FIT example would be to stretch each muscle for 30 seconds. Thanks for watching my video.